Rob, the other big news this week, Dave Ewers signing a new contract, and that in itself is a big boost for you going into the weekend.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously we're delighted that Dave's going to be staying. You know, despite a bit of press speculation that there was stalled talks, that's never been the case. You know, Dave's always been, you know, right from the minute I kind of spoke to him about it, he's been very keen to stay. We were obviously keen to keep him, and so these deals get done pretty quickly. You know, Dave's a very important player to us. He's a player who's still improving. He's a player who probably most people would think has probably had a little bit more international recognition than he's had, but a player who we certainly think that if he keeps playing as he is and he keeps improving and he keeps playing amongst a good, vibrant Exeter Chiefs side, that we'll see not just plenty of Premiership, high-quality Premiership games from him. Hopefully, you know, hopefully big Premiership finals and quarter-finals and semi-finals along the way, but also a lot of very big and important international games.
Do you take a sense of satisfaction that he's another one that's come through the academy process here, and probably one of the earlier ones as well, that have really come through and shown their worth?
Definitely, you always like your homegrown players to come through. But I think you can sometimes get a little bit carried away with that. You know, for me, what's really pleasing is it's a young player who's worked extremely hard to get in the first team. You know, he's had to take the rough with the smooth, because, you know, you need to look back to Dave's early career in the first team. He'd come up and he had some really good games for us in the LV competitions or in the Amlin Cup competitions, and then would go back to Pirates for a little bit and then come back to us and go, and he had to deal with that. You know, he had to deal with not always being first choice and not being the automatic selection. And I think the qualities he showed then are the things that I really like to see now. That, you know, it wasn't particularly easy. It wasn't like he just walked through our academy system and dropped into the first team, as none of our players have. And I think sometimes it gets forgotten that these lads who come through the academy system and they get into the first team, the biggest person that should take the credit should be themselves, because they've had to work extremely hard. You know, I mean, our academy coaches do a great job. They work very hard with them, but they can only do a good job with players who are prepared to get their heads down and work hard and be professional and show really good qualities. And these lads have done that. And Dave's one of those guys, and, you know, for me, I want to see him come through, you know, not just as a real quality Premiership player and international player here, but I'd like to see him come through and be really one of those characters who drives the club forward over the next 5, 6, 7 years, and that, you know, maybe he's one of those guys who's the backbone of a side that pushes X towards being, you know, winning their first Premiership or winning some of their first big European games, because, you know, guys like him stay around and they aspire to big things for the team and for the club and for themselves.
When you look back at his past 12 months in particular, he's really come of age, and Premiership Dream Team, Player of the Year here. He's got a lot to live up to this year, but you feel he can do it? Yeah,
I think for Dave, he's just not got to worry about that too much. I think Dave's, you know, one of Dave's best qualities, and when he plays at his best, is when he keeps it simple for himself. You know, he knows what his strengths are, we know what his strengths are, and he's got to go out there and express those on a week-by-week basis and enjoy doing it. You know, Dave doesn't actually need to think too technically about what he does, because the qualities he has are playing for everyone to see, and he needs to get his hands on the ball and have his big carries and his big collisions and his big tackles. He's a cornerstone of the way we maul and we drive, and those are things he's got to worry about, because when he does those really well, he's as good as anybody in the country at doing them. And what he's not got to worry about too much is how he follows up the season he had last year. What he's just got to do is just keep doing what Dave Ewers does really well, keep it simple for himself, and what will be will be.
Well, Dave, the big news this week, you've signed a new 2-year contract extension and you're hanging around the place for a while longer.
Yeah, wasn't really a hard decision for me. Club's going places, obviously, and yeah, really looking forward to it.
For you though, for someone who's come through the academy ranks, you've got guys all around you that've done exactly the same. It's home from home almost for you.
Yeah, it's like I said, it was a really easy decision for me, and the likes of like Nosey and Slady, Dickie, the boys have come through the academy with, pushing on for further honours like last year and stuff. It makes everyone around the place want to do the same.
And for you, you've come from the Championship days through the early stages of the Premiership to now being a recognised team within the Premiership. You can only see the upward curve, I'd imagine.
Yeah, definitely. I think, yeah, you can see clubs going exciting places, and yeah, it's an honour to be a part of.
For you though, it's not just about being here at the club, but your own career. You want to make sure you keep building on what was last season probably your best ever year, wasn't it? Player of the Year here at the club, got in the dream team for the Premiership. It was a great year, but knowing you as I do, you want to build it again.
Yeah, I think, like you said, it was a good year for me, but obviously some work-ons, and yeah, looking forward to getting back out there with pre-season going on for so long now. Everyone's biting at the chance to get back out there.
Let's talk about this weekend and London Irish. Boys really disappointed after last week. You felt it was a missed opportunity, but that's a good thing about sport. You don't have to wait too long before it comes around again.
Yeah, thankfully, not too long. We had our chances against Bath, and we've worked on those issues this week, and yeah, looking put them in place against Irish this weekend.
You know from last season, Irish, tough nut to crack. They scored some late tries here. They beat us up at their place. It's a tough place to go and a tough side to play. Sorry.
Yeah, most definitely. I think we can't take them lightly, and obviously it'll be a bit different playing a team other than Gloucester and Bath, as we've seen them the last 2 months. But no, looking forward to it. It'll be a big, tough challenge.
It's quiet here now, but this place, match days, it rocks. How much is it important to make this place a real fortress again? Last season, not many sides came here and won.
Yeah, if you have a tough place to go and visit, it just helps you as a whole, I think. And yeah, with the crowd we've got behind here, it really lifts up the boys, and yeah, it's looking forward to it.
And I said to you in the week, just the battle for jersey at the moment is your biggest objective, I'd imagine. I think there's 10 options in the back row that every one of you knows you're playing for your place every week. Yeah, definitely. You can't rest on your laurels at all. You've got to really take a chance, and you can't expect to be playing the next week if you don't perform. So yeah, pressure's on. And when you look around the squad now, there's a lot of experience there. I know you talked a lot last season about how much Tank help your game come on. You've now got people like Julian Salvi, Jeff Parling come into the ranks, so it can only make you better and better, hopefully. Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, looking, like you said, looking to learn as much as I can from them. Big figures within the Premiership from last year, well, in seasons gone past, and when like with Jeff, with obviously Lions and England. So yeah, looking to learn as much as I can.